Welcome on in. My name is Candy, and today I am ranking Dark Souls bosses in the way that, and like difficulty on how difficult it was for me to beat them. I recently finished my first playthrough where I beat every single boss. It was my very first playthrough of Dark Souls. And so now I'm going to be ranking them based on how hard it was for me to beat them in my own personal experience. I'm going to be doing more tier lists, so if you're interested in that, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what kind of tier list you would like me to do when it comes to Dark Souls. But also, if you are interested in all of the other my Dark Souls journey, all of that content is posted on YouTube, so go check it out and, you know, follow along. I will be playing Dark Souls 2 here in a little bit after I have surgery, so I'm continuing my Dark Souls journey, but right now doing other types of Dark Souls content. So here we go. In order, the first one is the Asylum Demon, and you would think like, oh Candy, this is like the tutorial boss, super easy, right? No, because I didn't read anything. I tried stabbing him so many times with that stupid broken sword. And like, it took me way too long to see like the place I have to go to then even get around to do the jump. So, because I was dumb, my lack of ability is gonna put the Asylum Demon as a medium. That's a medium boss. I feel like that's valid. Up next we have the Taurus Demon. I can't remember how many times it took me to beat him, but I don't think it was very many. I think I glitched into his butt and then just kind of like smacked him. So I'm gonna say it was kind of soft. And then we have the Bell Gargoyles. Bell Gargoyles, listen here. This is when you did. I got glitched into his butt. It is now a clip. Yes. This should just be a moment for me to be like, insert clip here. So the Bell Gargoyles is when I discovered summons. And of course, like bringing in Solaire. Beautiful. But it was my first encounter of there being two bosses. Two bosses. I panicked. There was a lot of chaos going on. I'm gonna put them as medium. The next one is the Moonlit Butterfly. That one only took me like 2 or 3 attempts. I'm gonna say soft. Cause I had Beatrice, I had a summons. Like, she did like full on body block me and cause me to die a couple of times, but it's okay. I'm gonna put the butterfly as soft. And then we have the Capra Demon. He was like the first, like, I like, it took me 7 attempts to beat him, and I thought that that was a lot. Like, going in, after these 4, going into 7, I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Why am I fighting in a hallway? Why does he have dogs? I'm gonna put him as hard. That was hard for me. That was hard. And not in the good way. After this, we have the Gaping Dragon. I was like, it was like easy, 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 easy. Da fuck? Yeah, exactly. That is the vibe. Easy, 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 easy. Da fuck? Like, welcome to Souls games. Honestly, was that point. The Gaping Dragon, I'm gonna put as soft. I got him in 2 attempts. It was pretty, like, pretty, I don't know, I feel like that one was pretty easy. Quelaag also got in my first attempt, you know. So, soft. Like if I'm beating them in my first like attempt, they go here. Sif. Now, spoiler alert. I was told I went against Sif a lot earlier than I should have. And that's okay. Sif is... We're gonna get through all the rest of these and you're gonna be like, but how? Sif is the boss that took me the most attempts. There is a very close second, but it took me... I died to Sif 23 times, which means it took me 24 attempts to beat Sif. Sif is going into the hardest. Sif is the good girl. Yes. I have to sneeze. So, Sif. Iron Golem. First try. Bless you, thank you. First try. Haha! And then we're to Ornstein and Snow. This took a lot. This took a lot for me. There was a lot of like going and grinding and getting good. Yes, the daily head pads. I made a wheel on being like, man, how can I like change things up? I tried getting naked. I tried leveling. I tried leveling up my weapon in between attempt and attempt and attempt. It did take me like 13 attempts. Maybe? I'll have to go back and count. That's going to be a different type of YouTube video where you see every death and then the one that like gets the win. That's gonna be another YouTube video, but I'm gonna put them as hard. Like, what ended up being the thing that got me the win with that is like calming the fuck down and being patient. Being fast and then being patient. So. Okay, and then we have Pinwheel. Easily just hot garbage. Just go. Like, the area to get to him was harder than he was. Hot garbage. Not even a challenge. Not even a second thought of being like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get this? It was 3 smacks and he's done. And after everything else I had just gone through, that places him in hot garbage. Run, hit, dead, bye. Yeah, it was run, hit, dead, rite of kindling, bye. And then I entered the Tomb of the Giants, and I don't want to talk about that. That was the one we thought was going to be so much more. I really did. Like, his character design is amazing. And it's such a letdown that he wasn't more. We have Dark Sun Gwendolyn. I also got that in one shot. Nobody told me I was going to be running a 5K in Dark Souls for a boss fight, but there I was doing it, and then dodging, weaving and dodging and zigging and zagging. Lemonade on a 5-stream streak and a thirsty, absolutely. There was so much before him, and then we got to his cinematic. We're like, oh, it's on, and then it was just done. It was. Okay. And then we have Crossbreed Priscilla, the lady with the toes. She gave me the option to just leave or kill her, and I chose kill her. And kill her I did on my first attempt. Honestly, like, the snow was... This is not a pacifist run, no. Yeah. It was an interesting fight. I like that she goes invisible, but it just wasn't more for me, and I want the more. Give me more. We have the 4 kings, and now I'm gonna put the 4 kings in the hard category. I did beat them, I think, on attempt number 1. But the lack of depth perception in that boss fight ups it to another level. Like, when a magic missile is coming at you and you don't know how close it is a terrifying thing. So I'm gonna, you know, that part of it puts it hard. I beat them in 1 try, so I'm gonna put them down to a medium, meeting in the middle. The Stray Demon. The Stray Demon is next, and this bitch took me way too long. I don't know what my problem was when I was trying to beat the Stray Demon, but it did not go well. I did not have a good time. I could have tried to just like go get good in between things, but I just kept throwing myself at the wall, and that wall is the Stray Demon. I'm gonna put him as hard. That seems silly, but for me, like, it was just running into that pit over and over and over, and it was not going well. There was a lot of yelling. Sif the Scaleless. I think this only took me like 2 or 3 attempts. Feel like the area leading to him was a lot harder than he was once I got it down, but oh, for the Stray Demon, it was standing up again and immediately running at him, like no breath in between deaths. It was just like constant. For Sith, I'm gonna put him at hard. I'm gonna put him at medium. The area to get to him sucks. So I know that it's like his area. So that bad. I don't like walking on invisible walkways. No, thank you. Nito, I beat in one try. Like, I have heard he's really tough, but I did not have that experience. Maybe I just got lucky. I don't know. But yeah. It wasn't a challenge for me. Is it a Shadow Bowl? Nito? He's like a bunch of skeletons wearing a cloak made out of the abyss. The next one we have, also another one-shot, is the Sanctuary Guardian. Honestly, this boss fight happened so fast that I didn't even know it was happening until it was over. So, it went by so fast. It's super cute. I wish I had more time. I was also disappointed by how fast it was. I was too. Like, I wish this boss would have been a little bit more. Super cute character design. But alright. And now, with the Sanctuary Guardian, we're into the DLC. But I did leave the DLC to go do other things. That brings us to Artorias. Artorias is another wall that I kept throwing myself at. I went against Artorias almost as many times as Ornstein and Smo. His move set is crazy. Like, there was a moment, like, in the run that allowed me to win against him, there is a moment that he just kind of like stood there, and I was like, Estes, I'm drinking. You gonna stand there and not come sprinting at me? Absolutely. Had I not had that moment, I feel like it would have been many more attempts. I am going to put Artorias up with Sif. This was a lot of learning, a lot of understanding the move set and how fast he was, and it was crazy. He's definitely the fastest and most versatile boss in the game. Agreed. Agreed. And so after Artorias, I left the DLC and I was like, I'm gonna go to the Demon Ruins. And that's when I one-shot Ceaseless Discharge. Apparently, I accidentally did it in a cheesy way that I was unaware of until someone let me know on my YouTube video. I would say the most complete boss in the game. He really stands out from the rest of the game. Artorias absolutely does. Ceaseless Discharge, though, one shot, like, it wasn't until I, like, was able to go in and look at the lore and everything that, like, I know his character a little bit more. But still. I don't know, I feel like even with my attempt at him, I'm gonna move him down. I'm gonna put him in hot garbage. Like, yeah, he had one moment where he scared me, and I got blasted by fire, and then I was, like, up and going and doing the things, and it was very anticlimactic. It's not cheesy, it's just skill. Thank you. And then we have the Fire Sage Demon, basically the fire version of the Asylum and the Stray Demon. This one took me a lot. Is this the one we fought with Solaire? No, that is the fire, the Centipede Demon. Like, they can say it was cheese, but so many people do the cheese, and it's the standard. Yeah. So the Fire Sage Demon, basically the fire version of Asylum and Stray Demon. I'm gonna put him as medium. Only because it took me so many times. I feel like so many times was like 4, but in the first 3, I was like, I'm almost there. Crap! Oh, I'm almost there. Crap! And it was like 1 hit away and I was getting greedy and all of the things. So. And then we have the... this demon, like this one and this one were both challenging. And speaking of demons, we have the Centipede Demon, who I fought with Daddy Solaire. This took me 2 or 3 attempts. I'm gonna put it at medium. I think the arena it's in makes it really difficult, cause there's just lava everywhere. There's a couple of places where you can walk and be safe. Luckily, Solaire can walk in the lava and not get hurt, so that was cool for him. I did not have that ability. So I like trapped myself in this little corner and kind of just like did the things. I tried. But it took like 2 or 3 attempts, I think. Yeah, I think just like 3? We have the Bed of Chaos, and this hot garbage of a boss fight. The run back to this boss. Solaire's so hot, he doesn't mind walking on lava. That's what praising the sun does for you. Oh my god. The Bed of Chaos is hot garbage, but in a very difficult way. It's like hard hot garbage. The run back to get to this boss, running past that little like pyromancer who we named Jeff, even though I found out it's a girl. Her name is Jeff, and that is okay. The slide down, like going into the bubbles and doing the things you need to do in the bubbles, and then the floor starts breaking, and this is like a stick bug on fire trying to smack you into holes. It's not hard, it's shitty. Yeah. So, because of that, I'm leaving it in the hard category. Jeff is a girl twist ending. Yeah. I know. Jeffa. Jeffina. Alright. We're down to the final 3. It's great. We have Calamite. It's Jeff or Jeffella. Calamite took a lot. Calamite took a lot. I don't think it's enough to go into the hardest category, but I do think Calamite was hard. And then the item you get for beating Calamite is just a troll, and I don't... Like, I'm glad that I can say I beat every boss, so now I don't have to do that ever again. Unless I want to, but Calamite's an optional boss, and getting the Calamity Ring from it is dumb. But I died so many times that when I was clipping all of my deaths, I was able to learn the moveset and figure things out and kind of like go in with a strategy. And so that's what I ended up having to do. So Calamite, I would say hard. Alright, and then Manus. Oh, Manus. Pain in my Manus. Oh. Manus is the boss that took me the second most amount of attempts. It took me... I died to Manus 22 times, which means it took me 23 attempts to beat Manus. That is one less than Sif. So, Manus is going into the hardest category. Manus spread those cheeks and made us his puppet is a very disturbing sentence. Manus reminds me of the Transformer Falcon from Transformers Dark Side of the Moon. Manus was such an interesting boss fight. The moveset is amazing. I tried so many different things. I was like, I'm gonna be naked. Being naked didn't work. I had a purple sparkly butt for whatever reason. I tried being like light, but like having armor. I tried different weapons. How I ended up having to beat Manus is I had to put on the heaviest armor that I had and just slow walk my way. And then the twist ending still with the Manus battle for me. I stabbed Manus as he was like doing a rain of like the abyss balls. And so I stabbed him. He died. I got hit by abyss balls. I also died. Like, it's just a little twist, and I love it. Like, looking back, I love it. When it happened, I wanted to hurt people. Yeah. A win is a win, absolutely. And last but not least, Gwen. Now, I think it took me 4 attempts to beat Gwen. There's a lot of bosses in... Oh, there's a boss in Liza P called Manus? Ugh. I will not look forward to the day that I have to go against that Manus. Is it him cooking in the back? Gwen, I feel like for me, was a very anticlimactic final boss. I'm gonna put him as medium. It only took me 4 attempts. I wanted a cinematic. I wanted more. And I didn't get it. I wanted a boss that I was like, I know I'm gonna get there in other Souls games, but for a final boss, he was pretty easy. I want a final boss that takes me longer than every other boss put together. Walking in and into 4 attempts beating him is crazy. So, there is my tier list on how hard the Souls bosses were for me.